What's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. So y'all already know that I told y'all I was gonna do the verses, Caitlin Clark verses, and then I'm gonna select some players to put her up against. And today we got a young phenom, who's been in the league for about 5 years, but she did her thing. She's doing her thing, and we gonna put her up against Caitlin Clark since people keep somehow coming at me telling me that Caitlin Clark is still the best thing since sliced bread. Now, I give credit when credit due. I think she's a really good player, right? I think she's a has the potential of being a great player. Now, do I think that she's going to be an all-time player? No. I think that she's going to win a championship? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? If she gets some other key pieces around her, along with Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell, if they can get some other pieces that can pretty much score, I think that they can do some nice things. But right now, no, I don't see it in the foreseeable future. I haven't seen her win a championship, so I'm kind of gonna have to hold that against her. Although this young lady also, I don't think that she won one with Notre Dame. Arike Ogunbowale, I don't think she won one. But the reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of people have been telling me, oh, Caitlin Clark is better than this person. Caitlin Clark is better than that person. So I said, you know what? I'm going to compare her up against players that people feel like she's better than. And then I'm going to compare them and I'm going to see who I will select. That's the whole purpose of this, is not to disrespect nobody, but I want to give my analysis on who I think is the better person and the better player. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna start off, right? So we got here Arike Ogunbowale. She plays for the Dallas Wings. She's a leading scorer. Let me tell you how much she averaged. She averaged 25.4 points, 4.4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Okay? 25 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. And like I told you, she's been playing for 3 years, and on average, she averages 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, right? In 2 steals. So she averaged that throughout her career, 5 seasons. So she's been doing a good job since she's been in the league. Now, I'm gonna go through a list of things that I'm going to say, or questions I'm going to ask. And then I'm going to answer them myself. But if y'all want to tune in, definitely do that as well. So the first one I'm going to start off with, who is the better shooter? Who is the better shooter out of the two? Okay. That's the one I'm going to ask. And in this regard, if I go with the statistics, then I will say that Arike Ogunbowale is the better shooter. If I was going off statistics, now I'm doing this because I'm putting those people that's Caitlin Clark bias in a bubble, right? I'm putting y'all in the bubble because y'all not going to be able to swarm out of this, worm out of this, right? Wither your way out of it. So the reason why I said this, because I don't really think that she's a better shooter than Caitlin Clark, but I definitely went with this because I don't want y'all to be able to say, oh, well, look at stats. The stats says this and the stats says that, right? Now I'm going to use some of the stats. I'm going to use some of the stats, but what I'm also saying is I'm going to go off of, what I believe and what my eyes, tells me. All right, so we got shooter. Who is the better shooter out of the two? Now, according to the statistics, right? Agunbuwale percentage wise shoots better than Caitlin Clark. Although I don't think that she shoots nearly as many as Caitlin Clark, but she has a better percentage at 34%, right? She shoot at 34%. Last time I checked with Caitlin Clark, she shot about 31 to about 32%, right? So just by a low margin. But I'm going to go with Caitlin in that category. So when we talk about better shooter, I'm going to give that to Caitlin Clark. Although she's definitely shooting at a lower percentage than Agunbowale. All right. So we go with shooting. Who is the better rebounder? Got to go with Caitlin Clark in that regards. I think Caitlin Clark is taller. She's 6 foot. She's a lot of times she damn near averages a triple double. She at least get like 6 to 7 rebounds per game. So I'm going to give that to her in that regards, right? I'm going to get that to her. So when we talk about assists, now, and this is where I'm telling y'all that sometimes the number can get foggy. Now, Caitlin Clark averages more assists. She averaged about 6 assists, right? But she also damn near averaged about 6 turnovers. So I'm going to go with the person who averaged the least amount of turnovers. So in this category, I'm going to go with Agunbowale, right? Far as assist wise, because she averages 5 assists per game. One assist less than Caitlin Clark, but she turns the ball over less than Caitlin. So therefore, I'm going to go with Arike in this one. I'm going to go with her, right? So far it's 2. The shooting and rebounding goes to Caitlin Clark. Assist goes to Arike. All right. So the next category, steals. Who averages who averaged more steals, right? So in this regard, I'm going to also go with Arike. I believe that she averages 3 steals per game. You know how hard that is to do in a game. That is like next level. So I'm going to go with her. And on top of that, right? Not only do she get steals, because sometimes getting steals is not just it's not as telling as you believe it is, because sometimes a person can throw turnovers, right? They can mispass it, or they can have a miscommunication to where they just threw the ball where they thought the person was going to be, and they just somehow turn it over. So that's why I'm putting that category, right? Steals, and I'm putting defender in its own category. Who is the better defender? Who is the person that has a better chance of staying in front of their defender? Who is the person that prevents their player from getting to the hole a lot easier? In this regard, I got to go with Arike. The reason I'm going with Arike is because Arike, she plays pretty good defense on her defenders. Caitlin Clark, as you can see, when you see her playing, a lot of times she's playing off of her men. And the fact that she does that, she always have to play catch up. And that's why her men score as much as they do, because she try to cover ground to contest the shot, and it doesn't always end well. So in that regard, I'm definitely going to go with Arike. Okay, so assists, steals, and better defender, I'm going with Arike. Okay. So the next category, who is the better blocker? In this regard, I'm going to go with Caitlin. The reason I'm going with Caitlin is because Caitlin is 6 foot again, right? She's 6 foot. That means that she's only 4 inches shorter than some of the centers out there. So therefore, she has a better chance at getting rebounds than Arike. Arike, she averages about 4 or 5 rebounds a game, but I don't think that she can get them as easy as Caitlin. So I'm going to go with Caitlin on the rebounding, you know, situation. You know what I'm saying? So I think I said rebounding already, but just to confirm why I said it, you know, I think that Caitlin Clark is much taller. It's easier for her to get the rebounds, and I think that she's a better she's a better rebounder than Arike Ogunbowale. You feel what I'm saying? So um yeah, I'm gonna go with her. Now we're gonna say turnovers. I'm gonna say ball handling. Who is the better ball handler? Right? To me, I'm going to say Arike Ogunbowale is the better ball handler, and also I think that she takes care of the ball a lot better than Caitlin. Like I said, Caitlin is almost averaging six turnovers per game. I believe she got about 90 some in the season in 17 games. And to me, honestly, I feel like those type of stats are pretty much unheard of to throw that many turnovers in only 17 games. So therefore, I'm going to go with Arike. You know what I'm saying? I think that I can trust her a lot more. Although I would say this to Kaylin defense, Stephen Curry threw a lot of turnovers as well. So in order to combat that, she's going to have to get some rings. I don't know how long she's gonna play in the WNBA. I don't know if she's gonna ever get a ring. I know that she had an opportunity to win a couple of championships and she failed. So I don't know if she's gonna get that same type of opportunity in the WNBA because it looks like right now they're clicking. So they might end up making the playoffs. So I'm not sure, you know, in that regards. But yeah, I think that it's Arike in that regard. He said his dog died. Hey, sorry to hear that. But yeah, like I think in regards to the in regards to the between the two, I definitely believe that Caitlin Clark she would be able to handle the ball a little better, but you see that when they're playing at the half court, right? In critical situations, you have seen Caitlin Clark get the ball stole from her, and it's not just that one time when she played versus the South Carolina, right? She's done this repeatedly in the WNBA. When the person is playing against her one on one, she end up losing the ball quite often. You know, so I'll give it to Arike in that regards. Now, I haven't read to y'all Caitlin's stats. Her stats are it's she averaged 16 points, 5.4 rebounds, and about 6 assists and 1 steal, and she averages 5.6 turnovers. Now, the reason why I had to add that it was because you see she averages 6 assists per game. But the only way that will be a good thing is if she turns that around to about 2 assists, I mean 2 turnovers per game, right? And she's not turning the ball over. So if she averages about six assists and only turning the ball over twice, that's a good ratio right there. You know, but you can't be in this position and then turning the ball over the way that you do. Like it's hard to put confidence in a person that turns the ball over that much. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go to some of her stats as well. I read some of Arike Ogunbowale's as I mentioned, okay, so she got her 3-point percentage up. So they shoot about the same. But I did already go with Caitlin Clark in the regards of being a better shooter. Now, when you ask me, if you ask me who can create a shot, who can create their shot better and more effectively, in that regard, I am going with Arike Ogunbowale because that's her game. she has like a Tracy McGrady off the dribble shot. And I see Kaylin do it, but the way that Arike does it, she gives you the step back and everything. So I think that she's more efficient shooting off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I told y'all, I selected Kaylin Clark when I was talking about the block. So Kaylin Clark averages about 1 block per game. So I put her in that category. When I said steals, I end up going with Arike. When I said assists, I end up going with Arike, although Kaylin averages more. But I told y'all, it ain't all about the stats. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about the stats. So when we're talking about a person that can extend plays, who is that person? Most likely is going to be Arike. I think that she controlled the game a lot better than Kaylin Clark. So, far as the better scorer, we got to go to Arike. So I think overall, man, that Kaylin's going to be a really good player. But like I said, for the fact that a lot of people have told me that Kaylin is the best one, and so I decided, man, it's no slight to her. To me, it's still giving credit and recognition because y'all see I'm not disrespecting her. I just want to basically show you guys why I select the person that I select that are considered in my eye to be better than Caitlin. So Arike Ogunbowale. I would really love for you guys to tell me who y'all think is the better player. You know what I'm saying? I think, in my personal opinion, that Arike is the better player. So therefore, if I had to go between the two, the player that I'm selecting between these two is Arike Ogunbowale. Okay. So I have done Kaylin Clark versus Taurasi. I selected Taurasi. I have done her versus Juju. I've selected Juju. I've done her versus um I have done her versus Asia Wilson. I had to go with Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson is the best player in the WNBA. And then this is the fourth one that I've done, which was versus Arike Ogunbowale. So if we're talking stats, right, these are also players that are better than her. And we talking eye test. These are the players that are also better than her. But man, that's all I got. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. And, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And thank y'all for tuning in.